Hello everyone, this is Johannes and you are watching Board Gaming Ramblings, and today we are taking a look at this game called Riverboat from Michael Kiesling, released by Mayfair Games and Lookout Spiele. And this is a game I was really unsure if I wanted to get this year or last year. It's a new year! Last year in Essen. It's also a game I wasn't sure about, basically because I didn't know so much about it, but the last day of the fair I picked it up because I really wanted to check it out. It looked nice, I heard some cool things, and if you've seen my top 10 games of this year, spoiler, it's on there. Not this year, it's last year. I'm not remembering it's a new year. So if you saw my top 10 games of 2017, this was on there. So you know I like this game, so let's talk a little bit more about it, but first let's see how you play Riverboat. Riverboat is played over 4 rounds, and each round is consisting of 5 phases. At the beginning of each round, you're going to start with the player who has the start player marker, and he's going to choose which on the 5 phases he wants to be the start player in. So let's say he chooses phase number 3, he's going to take that and put in front of him. You're going to go around the table and do that until all the 5 phases has been chosen. So depending on the amount of player, you're going to have a different amount of these player phases in front of you. And then you're going to start at phase 1. Every phase there is a special ability that the player who has the phase tile is going to get, either a bonus or a little action. And also there's going to be a money action, because money is important in this game. You also always can use money to buy a special action, and the money is also points at the end of the game. So you are going to start with phase number 1, and this is where you take your workers and you put them out on your field. You don't actually do it like that, so let's see how we do it. You're gonna take this deck of cards and you are gonna draw 8 cards. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can count to 8. That's pretty amazing. And then you're gonna turn over one of the cards. So this says it's a club or the desert-like place. You're gonna take your worker and place it out, and you're gonna continue doing this and placing them out. I'm just placing randomly now, so it's probably gonna horrible, but you're just gonna place them out where you want them. Usually you want to have them as close as possible, but we get to why you want to do that later. So that's another spade, I put that there, and a heart, I put that there, and another heart, so that will go over here. And that is how you play phase 1. One thing I forgot to mention is at the beginning of phase 1, the player who has the phase 1 board is going to take this and place it wherever they want. This is also the round marker to see how much is left of the game. And that is basically how you play phase number 1. Phase number 2 is where you get different kind of vegetables on your fields. So you're going to start with the player who has this card. He's going to get a free coin. Up here he's going to get a coin, and then you're going to start. You're going to start with the start player and go around, and what you want to do is that you're going to choose one of the tiles from this without knocking your stuff over, having no idea where it was. You're going to start by taking any tile you want. Let's say I want this big tile, and I'm going to move 3 of my dudes who has this 2 stands so that they work like this, and put them on top of them again. And in the middle of the tile it's a score 2, so I'm going to score 2 points on the scoring track. And you just continue going around doing this until all players has filled out every single place where they have a worker. So this will take a different amount of time depending on how many 3 and 2 size tile you will get, and then you're done with phase 2. The special action you can do in this phase is that you can use one coin to actually pick out whatever 1 or 2 size field from the pile of unused tiles. I remembered to do this, so I'm going to go back and actually remember it. You can do on this one, the coin value is you can actually make any card into a joker card. So you can throw everything all over the place, because that's what we do here at Board Gaming Ramblings. We throw stuff. Actually, we don't, but sometimes we do. The third phase is picking your riverboats, and this works in this way that I'm going to show you right now. It works like this. Let's say I have this First of all, I'm gonna do one movement with this Harbor Master. I'm gonna explain later why I wanna do that, but I will move in one space and I'm getting happy because I enjoy moving the Harbor Master. Then I can buy one of these riverboats that are on the top of this board. Also, I'm going to say it before I forget, if you want to use the money ability, you can do that to actually take, let's say somebody else took this 5, I can pay a money to take a 5 from the supply. So how does this work? The way this works is that you're going to take these workers off your space with only one type of vegetable, the many you want. So let's say I take a 4 potatoes, I take this back, and now I can take a riverboat of value 4. And I'm going to put it in the first nudge like this. And you're going to go around the table doing that twice. The first round, second round, and third round. On the fourth round, you can actually do it 3 times and get 3 riverboats. So, every time you actually do this, you're also going to get some different bonuses. I'm not going to go into details on all of them, but it's usually some points, some money or movement on the harbor track, or you can get these wells, or you can get these small cabins or cottages, and you can also get to move some of your dudes into this house. And people like to live in houses that will score you points later. And yeah, that's how that works. That's phase 3. Let's get to phase number 4. In phase 4, you are going to choose a scoring card, which you might be able to score later in the game. So the way this works is basically starting with a player who has this, he gets 1 point, and then he gets to choose one of the 4 scoring cards that are on the table. And when you do that, you're also going to get a special bonus. You get some movement, a green dude, a survivor. I'm going to show you how that works later. You get to move dudes into your house, or you can get money. And also, if you use some money here, you can go through the supply and go through all the cards that aren't in the game yet and choose whichever card you want. And then you're going to take the card and put it in front of you, and those are different ways to score points later in the game. And later in the game is right now in phase 5, which is the scoring phase. This is kind of the worst way to have to be first, but you get a good bonus, you get a coin, or you can move on with the Harbor Master, or you can move one of your guys into the house. And then you can put out these surveyors, and this is how you score. So you actually really make your own scoring in this game. So you can place him on 3 different spaces. You can place him on a card, and he will score that card. There's different ways to score. For example, this is 3 points for each different kind of vegetable you have used, and maximum of 15 points. These are 1 point for each space you have used on your board in the outer edge. This is for laying together or adding together 2 of your riverboats, the amount of points on them, and get those points. So maximum is 14, of course, with 7 is the highest, and this one is for each potato you have. So you can choose to score it early in the game, or you can choose to wait and try to get lots of potatoes and score that later in the game. Also, you can put it on wells, and wells work the way that you can put it on any field you want. And if you put a surveyor on it, you will score every field that has the same vegetable that is connected to that field. So you can just add them up and get that many points. The last thing is the cabin. You will put that in a free area when you get it. And if you put a surveyor on top of it, you will score 2 points for each of the same vegetable that is around it. So you, of course, will choose one. Hopefully the one you have the most of. I will not choose corn here. I will choose potato and get 4 points for this surveyor. And then after you have done that, you will get, in the end of every round, you will get 1 point for each surveyor you have out and 1 point for each dude you have living in the house. And then the round is over. You're gonna fill up the board and start a new round. After 4 rounds, there are some end of game scoring, and that is basically how to play the game. The end of game scoring works as follows. You get the majority of people you have in the house. If you have the most, you get 20 points. If you have the second most, you get 10. The third most, you get 5. And if you have the least, you get 0 points. Also, the Harbor Master, this is where that comes in. Let's just take some of these riverboats and put them up here. Let's take a couple more. Let's take this and this. Let's say I only got these few riverboats. And let's say my Harbor Master is up here. Now we're going to see whose Harbor Master is actually highest on the track. So let's say mine was on 8, somebody else's was on 20, and some was on 1. What's going to happen now is that the player who was on 20 is going to get full points for every boat she has reached. But me, I'm not in the first place. I'm only going to get half the points for all the boats I've reached. So we're going to add them all together. 5 plus 4 is 9, plus 3 is 12. That is 6 points, and that is how that works. So you want to get it as high as possible. Hopefully you want to get the highest, so you can get a lot of points by that. If you have focus on getting higher riverboats, or you just want to get them up to get some points, of course. Halfway is better than none. Then you're going to get 7 points for each area you have filled in. As I said earlier, you're going to get 1 point for each coin, and for each unused well, cottage or surveyor, you're going to get 2 points, and the player with the most points is the winner. Yeah, so this is basically how you play Riverboat, a game I was really unsure if I wanted to get, but a game that I'm so happy that I picked up. This game is, you know, I'm gonna say it, this game is fun. This is another game where I just get this fun feeling. And it's pretty light. It's a light medium game, I would say. For me, it's one of these games are deceivingly light. It looks so light. You hear the rules are so easy to explain, so easy to understand, but you start playing it and it's all these things that you have to try to fix. You have to do it better than the other players. You have to score the right time. At the right time, you have to score the right points. You have to score like the right cards where you want to do it, and balancing how long you want to wait, because you can only score 2 cards every round. One thing I love about this game, which makes this game so good, are these 5 tiles. This is some of the thing that makes the game really good in a couple of different ways. First off, I really like the way this game is set up. It's a really simple game to learn. That's why this is a game I think I can teach to almost anybody. If you played any games, I think this is a great next step game from Gateway Games. Not because it's too easy. You will find great decisions, great meaningful decisions in this game, however many games you have played, if you enjoy these kind of Euro games that I really love. But the reason I think this is a game that you can teach to almost anybody is these 5 faces cards. Like, you're just going through the motions, and everything you're doing is pretty simple. So this is basically, you turn over a card and you play something. Everyone can do that. Not everybody maybe will do it really good the first time, but you will understand that, okay, I want to have these of 3 because these are usually better because I can get points, and also they are more vegetables on them, but maybe I want some smaller as well, but you can choose that later. So getting them bunched together, of course, as best as you can, depending on the randomness. When do I want to use the coin? When do I want to use those coins that are basically points, like, whoa, throwing old coins to all the players because I have the money or something. So, and I really love it. And then you're just going to choose the vegetables. I've gone through the rules. I'm not going to go through all the tiles again. But it's just like so simple. All the actions together are really simple. Like choosing a riverboat. Like the most important thing is, of course, what riverboat do I want to choose? And then I have to look at the board and see what riverboat can I choose. But it's so simple. Every little thing you're doing in this game is so simple and so well put together. Like it's just so simple to play it. But then again, as I said, it's really meaty, meaningful decision. Let's go through the things I usually do. I talk about components. I forgot that now because I want to talk about these face boards because they're so good. A great mechanic that I love. Love. Fun love. I don't know what that is. Fun love. It's my new thing. It's fun love. Okay. Components wise, this game is okay. It's nothing really wow about it. The art is good. It's standard Euro art. I like it. I do think these wells look more like the thing you have around your stomach when you can't actually swim. But it also looks like a well, so they're nice. But we usually just call them that. The Norwegian word is badering. So now you learn that the ring you have around your when you can't swim is called badering in Norwegian. That's your Norwegian lesson for this review. So component wise, the game is okay. So gameplay, as I said, is really fun. And there's different ways to go around. You have to try to work with the harbor master, moving him around. You have to try to get the river boats, trying to say, okay, I'm going to focus really heavy on getting bigger river boats, getting all these vegetables out there, or I'm going to focus on getting a lot of people into the house to get points that way. there's a lot of different things to do, and everything is fun. Everything feels valid. All the strategies feels like they are valid. Of course, there are some of these point cards that are better than others. Some people have been saying that when you can take out and actually choose which points cards you're getting every round, that might be a little balance issue. But then again, everyone can do that, so you can basically choose whatever cards you want, but then you won't get a bonus, and the bonuses are really important, and also you're using money, and money are points. So it's that, will I just, okay, I might just get like 10 points or 12 points for that, or I can use one money to get a card that will give me 15 points. That's only like 4 or 5 points more, and you won't get the bonus, and the bonuses are really important to get more of these green Martian surveyor dudes, get more people in the house, get more money. So it feels really balanced. So let's see replayability. How replayable is this game? I will say that it's a pretty high replay value of this game. I am unsure, like, of course, I'm gonna say this with a lot of these games, as you already know. If you're gonna play this game like 100 times, 50 times, 40 times, I don't know if there will be more to explore. I can't talk about that because I'm not gonna play this game 50 times. I played like 6 or 7 times, and I had fun every single time. The gameplay is really short. You play it in like 45 minutes to an hour. It's quick, the decisions go fast, and that's why I don't really mind if I'm doing like kind of the same thing every time, but there's a lot of interaction about the riverboats. When do I want to use money? When do I don't want to use money? So it's really nice, and the Harbor Master kind of feels like the Brewmaster from Heaven and Ale. You want to get him up there, but it's not so hard to move him as it is to move the Brewmaster in Heaven and Ale. And also that's like kind of the strategy, you're battling the other players to get this up there. If you are head in head, neck and neck with other players, you're going to try to move it up there to get doubling your points at the Riverboat track as well. There's so much stuff going on for this easy game. There's so much cool stuff going on in this game, and I just love it. It's a really fun game. It is my number 5 from 2017. I recommend it, and player count, I know a lot of people have asked me to talk about player counts. I'm gonna actually remember that this time. I'll play this with 2 players and 3 players. I have actually not played it with 4, but it works brilliantly at all player counts. Like, the only different really is, of course, as more people want to trade the riverboats, more people want to do the different stuff, and you're gonna get less of these tiles. Maybe I have played it before. I do think actually I have played it before as well. I don't remember. Don't shoot me anyways. Whatever, please don't shoot me. I don't like being shot. So, but that's like the difference when you're playing 2 players. You know you're gonna get 2 of these or 3 of these. When you're playing 3 players, there's only 1 player getting 2. But then there's this this rule that you're gonna have the player with the least amount of money and points is the player who has this at the beginning of the round. So it's a solid game. I would recommend this game if you're looking for a pretty quick medium weight Euro game that you can teach to mostly anybody who has played any games, but still giving you those really deep, meaningful, awesome decisions and the feeling of having just a lot of fun. And that is Riverboat by Michael Kiesling again. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Please comment, have you played this game? Do you want to play this game? Did this video make you want to play the game or don't want to play the game? If it isn't for you, that's okay. There's so many games out there. Thank you so much for watching. I will talk to you soon. Bye bye. Hello everyone, this is Johannes and you are watching Board Gaming Ramblings, and today we are taking a look at this game right here. It was the wrong way. Okay.